With over 20,000 students served and over 40,000 jobs created or retained in the neighborhood, Sobro is helping build an equitable future. That is why I'm proud to support Sobro and consider them a valuable partner in our efforts to continue growing the Bronx.
I'm pleased to introduce our third panel in our series, Beyond Bricks and Mortar, Saving At-Risk Populations. This panel focuses on at-risk and/or disenfranchised populations, such as the LGBTQ, differently abled, and special needs communities who face a myriad of challenges which impact their efforts to secure permanent and quality housing. Panelists will frame key issues and innovations in housing and services, as well as outlining priorities to serve these challenged communities.
There should be a centralized place where people like myself can kind of go to look for rental assistance, to look for insurance assistance, to look for maybe even mental health. And I'm hopeful that this panel, this discussion brings about services and change that can actually help those who are struggling to survive.
So let's get to it. Let's see how our powerful community and panelists can assist in answering some questions to help families just like Cheryl.
The old systems don't necessarily work, right? And in order to get new systems and new innovations in place, you have to bring new blood to the table. Too often when you introduce these new programs, we're introducing them without any kind of community input, right? So they may go to the community board or to maybe a community-based organization that they're familiar with, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're reaching the community population.
There are populations that I think need to be served, should be served, but maybe the model doesn't fit quite right, especially because there's so many different eligibility criteria that disqualify people for housing.
In terms of nonprofits and government and community partners and community leaders, I think the number one thing has to be education to community as a society. All of us have to do a better job in terms of redefining affordable housing and getting rid of the stigma that affordable housing has. Because the moment you go up in front of a community board, some vulnerable populations are acceptable and others aren't.